Hello, my name is Dmitry. I'm from the software team, and today I tell you about the dashboards and software. Enapter Cloud is a tool that allows users to monitor their devices in real time and view historical data. There you can keep up with current sensor readings, get notifications from your devices, and so much more. Visit cloud.enapter.com or download our app. Our mobile app is free and available on the Apple App Store and Google Play. You can try out the app in demo mode, where you can check out features and device dashboards without having a real system, as there are several operational demo devices ready. There are two types of devices, virtual and physical ones. But they all can send telemetry and alerts, as well as have customizable configurations and commands. Let's imagine that you've got a lot of different devices and you want to make sure that all of them are working. How do you keep track of every single device? Enapter Cloud solves this problem because it keeps all of your devices in the same place. Now let's see how it all works. Our colleagues from PISA offered to showcase their site as an example. Here you can see several details, and here is the overall hydrogen production rate of the whole site. It's very important that the site page has information about certified partners, and it's you who you're gonna call Enapter partners. Example device to showcase some of the features would be an electrolyzers. Here you can see general information like device type, model, etc. There is also a hydrogen production rate of the electrolyzer. Here is a number of available commands and commands history section. On this slide, you can see a part of the Electrolyzer Dashboard. Here you can monitor your device's status and keep track of important numbers. You can choose any time range from the last 5 minutes to the last 5 years. Why don't we move to more unusual examples? So here's a case study for you. Let's say you've got a water filtration system at home. That system has a water meter. It also has a water filter that has a certain lifetime, after which it needs to be replaced. But here's the problem. You have to check if it's time to change the filter. You can try to guesstimate it. You can set a reminder on your phone, or you can just simply use a device that will do all of that for you. On this slide, you can see the dashboard displaying water consumption rate and the resource of the water filter. Looks like someone needs to replace it. Let's take a closer look at the issues section. This issue can serve as a reminder to change water filter, but it can also be a notification for partner that maintenance work at customer site is required. After the filter was replaced, simply run replace filter command. Another use case for you. During colder months, you'd like to take a nice hot shower. So you open the tap and have to wait for cold water to pass. As water in pipes is cold and takes time to go through the system, it creates unnecessary water waste. You can use a circulation pump, but if it's so constantly on, then you are wasting energy resources. So something has to manage the pump. This process can be automated. To solve this problem, you can train an AI to analyze water use patterns, and then it creates charts of predicted water usage for a certain time range. Using this information, you can make a rule that manages the pump. The basic structure of this rule looks something like this. So using this technology makes it possible to avoid wasting water and energy. Here's another use case for you. You want to maintain an ideal room temperature and you buy a ventilation system, but you have to set the temperature manually every time the weather changes. And something has to manage at point. This process can be also automated. To solve this problem, you can use a virtual UCM, which requests a temperature from free open weather map API. Also, you can use a rule that manages the ventilation system based on the data UCM collects. The slide shows how the outdoor temperature drops as the indoor temperature rises. So thank you all for listening. Feel free to ask any questions.
Thank you, Dmitry. Yeah, and actually there are some questions. So the first question is from Sebastian Alvarez. And the question is, how can we set up a partner client monitoring in the web page and app? How we can obtain our partner code for the setup? I think I can answer this question. So it's actually done very easy. So you just need drop the message to our BD team and sign the partner agreement. And as soon as you will do this, you will get the reference code, which you can use for any installations of your customers, and they will see, this nice badge that with your contact number, with your website, and yeah, so they will know whom to call when they have any questions, problems, or they would like to add something into their system.
Thank you, Nikolai.
Okay, the second question is C++ or C#?
I think it's about rules.
I think it's in general, right? So yeah, it's a tricky question. Yeah, for sure, a lot of things in our platform is written in C++. Also, there's some other languages we are using, but if we speak about the technologies for integrating the third-party devices into the system, like for example the filtering system which Dmitry showed, or the ventilation system, we are using Lua scripting language, which is quite popular language in the different scripting applications around the world. And yeah, so all our blueprints, which are located in Marketplace, which Philip showed before, are written in Lua. Okay, there is another question from Crisalo. Is it possible to globally change the rate of data being sent to the cloud per site? We see high amounts of Enapter traffic that we need to change. Yeah, okay. So for the electrolyzers and for the dryers and for all devices which have built-in UCM, there is no way to change the rate. However, for integrated devices like the one which you are integrating using blueprints, you can set up your rate on your demand. And by the way, there is one life hack. So if the amount of data is big, then you can install the gateway and it will do a compression on the site, and it will reduce amount of data up to 70%. Okay. The next question from Mike Kaya. I hope I pronounced right. Sorry. Would you just hook it up an external thermostat? Yeah, we are welcome. Actually, you can do this. So you can use our UCM modules, or you can use a virtual UCM, which is inside the gateway 2.0, and you can use it with an external thermostat. In case which Dmitry showed, it was not a real thermostat. Oh, sorry, external thermostat. You mean home, or actually any device? You can put the in-house thermostat or outdoor thermostat. So this is possible. Actually, no limitations at all. Okay. One more question. Okay, so the question from Chris Alla: can the rate be a future enhancement? Yeah, so general, yes, I think we can think about this option globally. Yeah. I see very interesting questions actually. So there is few more questions, and I think it's actually a really good question. So the question is from Miguel Sousa. Sorry. Is it possible to find any example code for Modbus application in the Toolkit app? Yes, so we have a lot of examples at our GitHub page. So feel free to go there and find the topic which is called Enapter Marketplace. There you can find a real examples of up to 23 devices, real devices from different areas, like for example, battery inverters, solar inverters, also some kind of sensors and so on. And yeah, what is more interesting that for Modbus TCP applications, you do not require any hardware except the Intel NUC and gateway, which you can download for free from Enapter website. So this means you can start immediately after this presentation. Okay, and there is one more question. Can we exchange signals from different Enapter modules, DI7 to CAN bus? I'm actually do not exactly understand the question, to be honest. So the question is yeah, maybe it can be rephrased a little bit to make it. Okay, the question from Mauro Cesana. Is the use of Enapter gateway mandatory to control different equipment? Yes, in case if you would like to make automations, some kind of rules, yes, the gateway is the only way to do that. Okay, so the back to the question from Miguel. Okay, so the question, yeah, I understood the question. So in case if you would like to make some action, so for example, to put it into digital output based on a digital input, you can do this with rules on the gateway. So the gateway will take a decision to activate something or run command.
I'm just gonna jump in here and help you out with some questions, Nikolai, so that you can you can answer them as well. So we have one from Sebastian Alvarez, who asks, is it necessary or recommended that the gateway if we set rules through a different control system? For example, SCADA or a similar one?
No, you have options. So the answer is actually you have options. Yeah, you can decide as an integrator what you would like to achieve. So as we mentioned before, the electrolyzer has electrolyzer has a Modbus TCP interface, and also there is a dryer control network. So if you use SCADA, you can control the devices using just Modbus, and no gateway is needed. But in case if you would like to integrate third-party devices using blueprints, I don't know, inverters or whatever else into the system, so yeah, in this case, gateway will be helpful.
Great, thank you. We also have another one from Niels de Smet, and Niels is asking, when combining modules through the Enapter gateway, you previously mentioned you can control all modules with a single command. Will the Enapter gateway control the ramp up and ramp down times of each module and distribute run hours amongst modules and etc.?
Yes, this is a very good question, and yes, this option is available inside the gateway. So you can combine the devices into the groups, and you can control them with one command with MQTT, for example. So you can establish MQTT interface, or you can so the best way is actually would be MQTT.
Okay. Any other questions you wanted to drop? On cue. Is documentation available on all available functionalities of this combined operation? Niels asks.
Yeah, I think you can find some. Maybe it's not a full documentation, so feel free to drop message to support. However, I think the handbook has the example of how you can do this setup. So there is a section in the handbook where you can see different examples, like for example, PID control of the group of the electrolyzers, and also group control as well.